Hello everyone and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sister Wives, Janelle Brown admits she's worried about her son's mental health after fallout with dad Kody. Janelle Brown is afraid about how her son's estrangement from their dad is going to harm them in the long run. On the current episode of Sister Wives, the 54-year-old mom addressed her concerns about how sons Gabe, 21, and Garrison, 24, are handling their difficult relationship with Kody Brown. Me and Garrison are at odds with my dad because when we expressed our discontent at how things were going with COVID, I was met with just a wall, Gabriel remarked early on in Sunday's episode, and there was no line of dialogue. I think that is what actually caused the gap between us. In a subsequent confessional, Janelle remarked, "I have worried about my boy's mental health. Gabriel feels everything extremely, very intensely, but he's also the child who doesn't say anything." Of Garrison, she added he just appears angry or sadder, like he's not as happy-go-lucky as he used to be. Christine Brown weighed up on the changing family dynamic, stating, "My kids are more used to Kody not being in their life. He just wasn't around as much. But he has been around Janelle's kids," the 51-year-old continued. "For them, this is just a lot more terrible than it has been for my kids." In an exclusive interview with People, Kody acknowledged a feeling powerless when it comes to seeing eye to eye with his older children and admitted their ties had become strained. "Your relationship with your 10-year-old or your 5-year-old or your babies is very different than the relationship you have with a 15-year-old, a 20-year-old, and a 25 and a 30-year-old. It's totally different," he previously said. "I didn't have any power in my household to say, these are the rules." Feeling powerless as a father figure, Kody claimed his family began to unravel and were unable to work through their issues. And when one person has a different perspective, the reality star warns it could wind up insulting the other party. "There were a lot of things, extremely challenging challenges that we had to cope with. There were no good answers at the time," he explained. "But in the end, it's almost like it was a blur," he concluded. "I don't know what happened. All that's left now is moving forward, moving on and hopefully repairing these relationships. It is really a story now, moving onward. This is a story about forgiveness and regaining hope and joy when connections have been severed from the way that's the norm." The television star added that he's learning to find a new normal with his past spouses and all of my children. Sister Wives, Kody insulted Mary with his barndominium plan. Why does he put her down like this? In Sister Wives Season 18, Kody Brown planned a weird barndominium plot that made Mary feel small. When Kody interacts with Mary, he typically ends up putting her down, and this time was no exception. While he's obviously blind to his own callousness, there's a pretty strong likelihood that he's mean on purpose, merely to send a clear and unmistakable message about their relationship. During the current episode, the writing is on the wall. Mary started talking about her plans to move away from Flagstaff. Kody presented a bleak option, which was living in a barndominium that would contain items that he doesn't have place for in his real home. Kody and Robin actually live in a pretty fine property in Flagstaff, but evidently the luxury residence doesn't have it all, because Kody needs more space for his possessions and cars. So he's thinking of erecting a barndominium where he can store everything, including Mary. A barndominium is a barn with a loft in it. The structure acts as a barn and private residence. Last night, during the most recent Sister Wives Season 18 episode, Kody's strategy was surprising. When it comes to Mary, his insensitivity's nearly unbelievable. However, there's a solid reason why Kody's probably just trying to get a rise out of Mary. He could have an agenda. When it comes to reality show stars Mary and Janelle Brown, Kody's faking any interest. While he seems to at least try with Janelle, the truth may be darker. During the program, Kody presented an interesting truth. He said that he was staying in multiple marriage because he was concerned that Robin wouldn't appreciate him if he bailed out. This was something a bit different and interesting. At that moment, he may not have recognized that Robin also wanted monogamy. She didn't announce that publicly until after the season was filmed. So trying to half-heartedly find a way for Mary to stay in Flagstaff was likely just part of his objective, appeasing Robin. Of course, he doesn't actually want Mary anywhere in his circle. He's neglected her for years, badly undermining her fragile self-esteem. He may have been playing the same game when he took Janelle to the ritzy Mariposa dining during a jaunty first date. He's not attempting to help his other spouses, he's trying to impress Robin. Kody's madly in love with Robin. With reference to Janelle, he made a telling comment on screen. "I've been in love with her before and I can be in love with her again." His comments and behavior are terrible. Of course, Mary and Janelle are going to be hurt by these things. No gentleman would utter such words aloud, knowing that millions of people will hear them. Kody's off the rails, and that simply reinforces that fact that his attempts to smooth things over with the wives who are less appealing to him are pure, unadulterated fakery. It's sad in a way. In season 18, Janelle's genuinely enjoying some portions of her date with Kody, but something's off. When she held his hand, she swiftly drew away since it didn't feel right. That's probably because Kody's pretending to care for her to satisfy Robin. So that leaves Janelle feeling horrible, but not as bad as Mary felt when he proposed she stay in his still imaginary barn-dominium. Mary's face really sank when he ran that nutty concept by her. What's sadder still is the fact that Mary had to bring the decidedly passive-aggressive Robin along for moral support when she told Kody that she was intending to move away. She didn't think Kody would really listen to her until Robin was there, fighting her corner. However, Robin has never truly fought her corner. In reality, she's probably injured her a lot just by indulging Kody's whims and dragging him away from his other family ties. Mary needs to wake up, and she did after season 18. Any last optimism that she had seems to have died a terrible death during the drama-fueled season. Truly, that's for the best. However, on screen, it's awful to watch Kody mistreat her under the pretext of attempting to help her. Mary's not a bad person, and no one deserves that. Kody might point to the catfishing incident as an easy explanation for making Mary feel so disposable. However, a good guy would never go to such depths. When he wasn't tormenting Mary with the barn-dominium idea, which he presumably understood wouldn't delight her, he was flashing off a great big ring on his finger and cryptically refusing to explain its importance. Kody's into jewelry and prefers bigger designs such as showy David Yurman pendants. This ring's a little gaudier than his pendant. However, it's not its dubious design that raises problems. It's the fact that it's replacing a claddagh ring. Everyone in the family wore one of those Irish rings. By brutally flashing his bling, Kody's really putting the screws to Mary. There's no way that isn't intentional. Kody's remarkably selfish in Sister Wives season 18. He's all about Robin, and he's toughened a lot. In truth, Kody's a really jaded man. Even with his kids, he's aggressive. His barn and loft ambitions are actually simply him putting himself first one more time. Kody wants room for his stuff, and he's making Mary feel like yet another object that he doesn't value enough to genuinely prize. For this reason, Kody's no award. The man's a cad, and his non-Robin brides are realizing exactly how frigid he can be. They're better off without him, and may even be astonished by who he's become. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.